and welcome to a little tour of our homestead in the winter. Here I am on the top of our land and it's a little steep, as you can see here. Behind me you can see some fencing, which is for our sheep, but they are not in this area right now because we have to rotate the areas so that they don't get any problems with worms and parasites. And then here is our little forest. And it's really not that big. It's about 500 square meters, I think, but it's really nice to have, and sheep also sometimes get to be in the forest. This right here is our house where we live in. The other house right here we call the old house. It is called the old house because when we bought this property it had a lot of water damage. It was not possible to live in there, but it still had some furniture and so on because the former owner did not take care of the home whatsoever. So now it's storage room. I have my quails there and we plan on renovating something in the future, but we had no time yet. We will see what's that gonna be like. This old fence was already here and the electro fence is for the sheeps. We have portable fences like down there, but this one here is always here. Here we have a gate. Well, it was a gate, but it does not work anymore, so we just put it here. And you can come in here with the tractor or cars. And we have these two, I don't know what they're called in English. Down here is the garden area, or one of the garden areas actually, where we plant vegetables. You cannot see much right now in the garden area, but in the summertime we grow potatoes, different herbs, strawberries, and I think carrots, leeks, and some other vegetables. Here we have some trees, so for plums. When we bought this land, this hill was right through here, so there was no path like it is now. But when our neighbors had something to do in their garden and they needed a construction firm which helped them, and then they made this path for us. So just all the dirt up here, and now it's not as steep anymore and you can drive all the way through there, which is a storage tent, and right beside it is the sheep tent. So I'm now down here. I started up there. This is the forest. We have the ducks here. 3 run ducks we have right now, and they are just to eat the snails and so on. Now I'm going to the storage tent. We have some machines here and the hay for the sheeps. This is our tractor, which we bought I think this year actually. Well, not that big, but we also don't have that much land, so it's enough for us. With some fencing here and yeah, some random stuff. So before we bought this tractor right here, we only had this machine right here. It's useful too, but you can't sit like here on the tractor. You have to walk behind it. And I or my mom can't even drive with it because it's made for very big hands, as you can see. And the brake, for example, I can't even pull it, so it's only my dad who can use this. And yeah, we had it for a few years and then we decided we buy a little tractor. It's a closer look of our forest. Very small, but nice to have, and with some beautiful rocks. There you can see the garden house, and I will show you that now. So I'm now in the sheep's area right now, and here is the garden house. When we moved here, the former owner had like a fireplace right here, and yeah, the garden house had a refrigerator and a radio and so on, but we didn't really use it, also because the fireplace seemed a little dangerous to us with the forest nearby. We used it a few times, and then this garden house is now a storage basically. It should be renovated too, it would be really nice. And then could be a guest room in the summer. It even had an oven, but I think that didn't work anymore, so we put it out. And yeah, but it's really nice. And we started renovating, we painted the walls, but it was just us children, I think 2 years ago or so, and we did not get that far, so maybe next summer. So this is what it looks like right now. We put the milking stand in here for the winter. Then we have some more hay in big packs, and here you can look outside. I really like these windows because it's not like one but two, like there are in some old houses, and this, I know, I mean, it's probably not the best for keeping warm and so on, but from the looks I think it's really nice. Maybe they could be restored too, they are a bit dirty, maybe paint them. This is where the oven was. There is a bench right here and some random stuff. So these chairs and the table actually were in here. As I said, it's storage right now. But another important thing is that all the electrics for the fencing is in here. And yeah, it's taped because we painted it 2 years ago, as I said, but it needs to be painted again because you can see still the old paint is shining through. So maybe we will do that in the summer. I think if we renovate this place, it would be really nice. We still have some colored light bulbs up there, which were already here. And it even has a little attic, as you can see here. I don't know, we have not used it. I don't know what's up there even. Yeah, back here we have some bicycles. We don't really use bicycles because we live on a mountain and it's very steep here. Yeah, here you can see the forest. And here are the sheeps, and this is the sheep's tent. So we've had this tent, I think, for about 2 years now, actually, or 3, as long as we had sheep. We plan on making a new sheep stable. We already built like a little wall, you can see it back there. It will be finished next year. We have some lambs now. So this one sadly got abandoned by his mom, so we have to feed it with the bottle. But it did not struggle or anything. It was really just the mom abandoning him for some reason. He's really friendly now and doesn't fear any humans. Here we have another lamb. Down there we have a milk sheep and the lamb of the milk sheep. She actually had 2, but sadly one poisoned herself by eating something. We don't exactly know what, but sadly she didn't make it. Yeah, and our other milk sheep, which also had a lamb, which is this one. And this is the proud dad. This tent is really nice because right here we have like a separate box which we can close and open up. So over the night the 2 milk sheep are in there, and then they get milked in the morning, and then they are with the lambs the whole day. Also use it if the sheep get their lambs, and then the first 1 or 2 days they are in there, so they are not distracted by other sheep. There are 2 doors, one right here and a tinier one right here. Here for the hay. So cute. Behind the garden house you can see another stable which was used for a horse actually, and we just knew that because we found some photos which the former owner left. We had our chickens in there for a long time, then we had some turkeys, and now, because the turkeys are somewhere else, we actually use it for our other 2 sheep which just got the lambs 2 or 3 days ago. Like you can open up this upper thing and on here, and there's even a window. Yeah, and in here are the 2 sheep. So this one, Frau Holle, got 3 lambs. This and this one, and this sheep, Schneeweißchen, is actually the daughter of this one, and she got her first lamb and everything went fine. She's taking good care of him. Yeah, they're in here. They can also go outside if the weather is nice and everything's fine. And the color of these new lambs is really, really interesting. Up until these trees, it is our land, and then down here where the grass is growing, it's our land too, but the last few meters are actually rented from a neighbor. Here you can see where the new sheep stable should be. So we made a wall and then we want to fill it up and put the tent on there. Here we have some apple trees. Here we have some more trees. So we have plums, some pear trees, more apple trees. Big one is a cherry tree. This is the garden house. I will now go to chicken and turkey rabbit coops. Here behind me, this door is the storage for the hay. So we have the hay for the sheep all the way up there because it would be a lot of work to carry it up. But here we have it for all our other animals. This is the old house I talked about, which needs to be renovated. This section right here was actually the house to live in, and this here is stable, so it was a big stable. You enter right through this door, and there are a lot of things here too, so storage and some machinery. We have this coop, which is not used right now because we had a lot of problems with mites, but I've used it for quails before, also for chickens. So here you can see this ladder. You can go up there, and then there's the hay storage above me. I think this is not that interesting, so I will not go up there now. And then here we have the rabbit and chicken and the turkey coop. You enter right here. And then here are the turkeys. We have them inside now because they used to fly over the fencing outside. Actually, the fox caught 2 of our turkeys, so we moved them in here. We have 4 right now. And then here, the turkeys can't go in there because they're actually our rabbits and our 4 guinea pigs. You can see them. So the rabbits and the guinea pigs can come outside through here. In here they have a place just for them with no turkeys. So these are our 2 lady rabbits, and then here the dad is separate right now because we do not want rabbit babies. And yeah, the guinea pigs, sadly they are not that friendly, or yeah, you can't really pet them, but very cute. In this room right here actually was the oil tank for the heating for this old house. There was a door right here, and this didn't even exist. There was just a wall. But in the summer my dad did this because it was a room which was just not used, and now we have a big coop right here which we can use for different purposes. Before, this area right here actually was also just storage for the former owners, and then we built a wall with wood here, and I had some quails here, but now this is all connected and a very big coop for the turkeys. Then behind this door, originally there was a pig stable. I think you can't justify keeping pigs in these small cages. This is our chicken coop now. Here you can open up, then they can go outside. And in here is a connection to the other parts of the old house. Actually our food storage for the animals, and we have a freezer here. And you can go through there into the old house. So you can exit the stable through this door and through this. Here we have the outside of the chicken coop, another separate chicken coop which is not used right now, but in the summer. Yeah, some portable coops. Here you can see our house where we live in, and this section right here is the old house. There is a lot of clutter. You can see it should be renovated. This whole wall here was moldy because there was water damage. I have an old oven here. This is for the small plants in the summer and from construction work. And this was the kitchen. It was still in here. We took it all out. This was a bathroom. This is the wood storage of my dad actually. He would like to make a wood shop or something where he can work with wood and has his machines. And this was a cupboard. This was a bit gross because when we bought this house, This old house has not been used for, I think, 11 or 12 years. And there was still food in here. So, yeah, a bit gross. You can go up there. There are 2 rooms on this side then, and like some storage room. There's not much there. This is the door to the food storage, which I showed you before. You have seen the food storage in some of my videos before, I think. This was where the heating system was, and we took it out because we don't need it here. And it's really nice because it's mouse-proof. This shelf is mostly food for the quails and my birds. Freezer right here. Mostly meat. And then this area, you probably know if you've seen any of my other videos, it's empty right now, and this is actually a project for Christmas holidays, which are right now, to clean this all out and put the cages away. Because these cages are for the chicks and the juvenile quails, for those who wait to be sold. And in this room, my dad wants to make like a wood crafting place. All these cages have to go. And the idea is that next year in the summer, when I have quail chicks again, I put these cages where the turkeys are right now, because the turkeys will be outside then. And then here's place for wood crafting. Behind this door, I have my inside aviary with my finches. And I've had bob white quails for a few years now, but my rooster died, so I just have 1 hen left. And I will probably sell her. It's just really hard in the winter. And yeah, the rest are Coturnix quails now. And we have a light for them here, so that we get some eggs in the winter. Next year I plan on selling my last bob white quail, because yeah, I don't want to buy another one. And I want to use this room here for breeding the Coturnix quails, so I could have my breeding group right here. These were all the important parts of this old house, and now I will go down into our vegetable garden. If I go down into the garden, here we have a garage which is used for woodworking, which is also why my dad wants to move all of this machinery into this old house. And behind this door we have storage for wood for our new heating system. This area is really nice in the summertime when it's all green and you can sit here. And then this is the vegetable garden. So most of our food which we grow is grown here or up where the ducks are. Interesting thing might be this glass house. Well, actually it's not a glass house, it's like made of foil. It's called like a foil tunnel in German. I will show you that now because there's a lot of green stuff right here. So pak choi and some salads. Yeah. These trees or bushes here are willows, and they're very nice to have for the rabbits and also for the quails. Yeah, we have some raspberries here, another willow tree, and behind that you can see our bamboo. It has grown very big. This is the old house, new house. So this fencing right here is for the ducks in the summertime, because when they are here, this is more of an overgrown, bit of a wild area, which is also good for insects and so on. We have some small fruit trees here, so plums. This is the coop for the ducks in the summer. We have an apple tree here, our compost piles, and another coop which we use for chickens sometimes. And there's another coop. So these coops we use for ducks or for chickens, depending on what's convenient right now. I have some fencing here just to use for chickens or ducks when they're here, and it's very overgrown, and I'm sure it's nice for many insects. We even saw some snakes here. Actually in the summer a snake was in this tree and it was climbing up there, and it scared me really. So these were the main parts and the most important parts of our homestead. The last thing I want to show you, which is actually very important for me, is the quail aviary, and it's behind our new house. Here's another wood storage, and you can already hear my crocodiles. So Here's the grey laviary, which you already know. I thought about doing this video in the summer too, but it felt a little intimidating because there is a lot more to show in the summer, especially in the garden area. My mom mostly takes care of the garden, so I don't know that much about it, where she grows everything and why. In the summer there's also not that much time that I could do a video with her together. I plan on doing another tour next year, maybe in the summer, and show a little more